What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. My name's Jericho, and we're playing Call of Duty 4, and it's crazy. It's cool because I'm a Call of Duty YouTuber now. I'm your number 7 source for CallOfDutyContent.com. I'm not though, and I did want to talk about something before we started getting into the just absolutely pure hype and voice cracks that come with Call of Duty 4's remaster. What I wanted to talk about is something that's been concerning me for a while, and I've been thinking about it, and I don't know, man. I want some input on this. It's that whole Call of Duty's dead thing. That whole debate where one side that never really liked Call of Duty or the people associated with it assume that Call of Duty is dead every year. You see it on every video that's ever made ever. You see it in Twitter. Like everywhere. It's COD is dead. Oh my god, COD's dead this year for sure. And then like they go and outsell last year's and you're like, well, but COD's dead because it's not fun. And then you get the same side of the people that are like, COD's never gonna die. COD's the greatest of all time. Fuck you. It's only getting better. I don't know who those people are, but they're out there. You know they are. And realistically, I feel like nobody's in the wrong here. I feel like both ideas are valid, but I wanted to talk about my own perception of this because with Call of Duty 4's remake, we just opened Pandora's box, right? Like we just opened up a box full of possible remakes. That's the case. Now that COD 4 has been remade, who's to say that Treyarch's not going to remake World at War? And then the year after that, who's to say that we're not going to see Modern Warfare 2 remade? And then you see what I'm getting at? Like, we're far enough now in between the games that, like, we're talking, we could just continuously remake old games every 10 years now. And it happened with movies, and it's happened with movies a lot, as well as songs to an extent. And it's just this trend where, shit, guys, these new movie ideas, all this stuff, it's not going as well as we'd like. I mean, it's going well, but you know what we should do? We should just remake the last one that had success. And it's long enough ago that most people will rebuy it. I think I remember learning about this in like entrepreneur school, whatever, I don't know, marketing maybe, I don't know, it was at college, but Disney has a dedicated release time for their old movies. It's a very specific time, and they remaster and re-release them, so when you, as your 6-year-old or, I don't know, 22-year-old college student that still watches Disney movies like a lot of you women out there do, I know your secret! It's alright, I like Disney movies too. All these things, you know, it makes you go, oh fuck, I remember watching that when I was a kid, let me buy that again. And it's happening with video games. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I almost turned on that guy and ended his life. And I don't know if it's a good thing or not because, to be completely honest, it's something that I want. I do. I would like to go back to revisit my nostalgic times in Call of Duty 4. I would like to do that in World at War. I would like to do that with Modern Warfare 2. I would like to keep my favorite games up to date in the current generation of of video games. You know, I want that experience continuously, and that's not wrong, but at the same time, we're not gonna fucking do anything new, right? So there's no way that I'm gonna end up playing Call of Duty 4 for 34 days. Like, that's a fact. I don't have that kind of time. This isn't summer break between, you know, like freshman year and sophomore year of high school, okay? I don't have 300 days of like leisure time to fuck around and do that. So what am I looking to get out of this, and what is everybody else looking to get out of this? This is a trend that's gonna start, and I don't know how I missed this, dude. This is a trend that's gonna start right now with Call of Duty 4. It already started with Halo, and I feel like it signifies the end of a genre, not a genre, the end of a brand's lifeline. I feel like it happens once everybody's like, fuck, we're not entirely confident in our ability for this IP to do well on its own and continue the legacy, so we're gonna bring back the most fabled legacy of the genre or of the game itself to make sure that everybody still likes it in the end or buys it, whatever your motive. And I think that that's the case with a lot of video games. And Halo is obviously the easiest one to pull out because they fucking, you know, Halo 1 and 2 and 3 glory days, what up? And then Halo Reach was like, the fuck is this? And then it was like Halo 4 is like, the fuck is this? And yeah, I don't claim to be a big Halo player either, but I did play plenty back in the day, so don't get me wrong here, but I'm worried that people are not thinking about the long-term effects of this, you know? I am happy to have a remastered Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or whatever, but that kind of makes I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me feel like the studios are like, or maybe the publisher's just like, fuck, dudes. What are we gonna do to sell copies this year? I don't trust this developer. And if we don't trust the developer to make good shit, you know, who's gonna trust them? It's Infinity Ward. They had a pretty good track record at one point in time. I mean, I know that a lot of new people are like, damn, dude, this new Infinity Ward Studios, ooh, they fucking blow. But shit changes all the time. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here worried. Sitting here still worried. The last Call of Duty video that I made was talking about COD 4's remake and how the fact that everybody's looking through rose-tinted glasses, still the same shit. Everybody's probably sitting here going, Jericho, you're fucking stupid. Go back to Counter-Strike. You're not even good at Counter-Strike. You got no voice in this battle. You don't even play Call of Duty. I guess you're right, but I'm just, you know, I feel like I've been around long enough to know how this thing works. I feel like I've seen enough deaths of franchises that have, like, found themselves struggling to get old people back into the game and had it fundamentally change from where everybody played it at one point in time to where it is now, and it doesn't usually end out well. Actually, I'm trying to think of one time when the formula for a game has changed enough that everybody's like, fuck, this is actually for the better. Like RuneScape, look at how that one worked out. I mean, that's just the first. What about World of Warcraft? There's so many of these things. So I don't know. I don't know if I should be worried. And then I did promise to talk about something else, which is, well, fits in with the topic, is that I feel like on the flip side, we're in the golden age of Call of Duty. Let's not beat a dead horse here. The old Call of Duties are good, but you've got to be fucking me if you think that the visual experience, the viewer experience, if not the player experience, is significantly better with Black Ops 3. If the quality of life that you experience by playing this game, not just talking about fucking gameplay and mechanics, because that changes from developer to developer. I still do believe that is pretty good. Not just talking about that. No, I'm also talking about, you know, the little things, like the menu buttons working in between lobbies, and it's just, we're in a really good position for the franchise with Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Because if Infinity Ward decides to shit the golden turd, alright, you can always play Black Ops 3. Same thing with Advanced Warfare. Everybody gave that game shit. I thought it was pretty well done, even though that I didn't play it that much. I didn't love it that much. I only got like 2 or 3 days of game time in there. You know, the support that the publishers have for the game, the support that the individual dev teams have for the game, the longevity and the support for the Call of Duty esports community, all these things have been, you know, handled by the community up until this point. Hell, Call of Duty 4 survived solely on the fact that there's modding for it. Like, are you kidding me and telling me that the game was supported by, how am I missing this shit? And then I didn't even wait for the collateral to line up. I'm an idiot. And then I should just quit sniping. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't give credit where credit's due for the current situation of Call of Duty. And I don't think that people realize that back when COD 4 was out, there's shit that's broken in this game that never got fixed. Like, the ACOG has an arbitrary damage boost for no reason. It's the only scope on the only weapon. Like, it doesn't happen with the R700. It doesn't happen with the M4. It's just the M4A4 and only the ACOG. Like, whether or not that's a bad thing, I enjoy it. Fuck you, okay? I like making montages. But, like, that's just a bad design. They can fix that with a patch. No patch. One single patch would have fixed that. I mean, there's just a lot of things that just never went adjusted. In the ages of games where you would just launch that shit and go, alright, hope we did a good job. Like, that was it. That was it. Now we get, like, what, bi-weekly or bi-monthly updates with patch notes detailing the exact breakdown of what got changed, how it got changed, allowing you to actually have a meta that evolves and keeps the game slightly fresh. That's an important feature that Call of Duty 4 never had. But, I mean, even Counter-Strike has that and has had that for the longest time. COD 4 was just like, shit, hands off, boys, hands off. Did Halo have that? I don't know. Maybe it was just like a development thing for console games not to have post-launch patches back then. But, shit. So, main points that I want to get across were that I don't like the trend of the, part of me is like, fuck yeah, dude, remake all my favorite games. But the other half of me is like, this is signifying the end of a franchise. Nobody ends up remaking old games and going like, man, remember the glory days? Meanwhile, going like, yeah, but fuck yeah, check out our new IP. Check out this new game way that you can play Call of Duty. Like, that's just not how things work, or it seems that things don't work that way. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you listening to my rambles. Can't wait for Call of Duty 4 to come back. Honestly, I'm probably going to play through the entire campaign on the stream and then continue to play a lot of it. So if you guys are interested, hit the follow button. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later.